No, don't hit the stomp. Don't hit the stomp. Oh, damn it. Damn it. Come on. Punk, Sammy, Roman, somebody. Seth is going to win this damn thing, ain't he? It's never going to happen with LA Knight. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen with LA Knight. Like, they're not going to give him the world title. They're not going to give him the briefcase. I mean, it's never going to happen. Life as an LA Knight fan is going just as well as being a Finn Balor fan at this point. Because at this point, you have to really think, is LA Knight going to be a world champion? And if Money in the Bank showed anything, the answer is no. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ringside Cinema. I am Money Mike, and that was my live reaction on my live stream to the ending of the men's Money in the Bank match. And man, like, it's so crazy. We got so much interference in that match. You had the Bloodline, you had Seth's group, you had Jacob turning on Solo. There was so much chaos. But the one interference that I think a lot of us were expecting did not happen. And it was like, wait, where was CM Punk? Where was Sami Zayn? Where was Roman Reigns? Like, they just let Seth Rollins win the match? When you go before Monday Night Raw, Sami Zayn told CM Punk he had to win the triple threat match because they could not let Seth win the briefcase. So, from a kayfabe perspective, wouldn't Sami, Punk, or even Roman Reigns, who we have not seen since the Raw after WrestleMania, show up to prevent Rollins from getting the briefcase? Like, it's similar to what happened last year with Drew McIntyre. Like, why would CM Punk wait until Drew McIntyre got the briefcase and cost him his cash in when he could have just prevented Drew from getting the briefcase to begin with? And it's stuff like this that bugs me, because I said it in my predictions video. I think, truthfully, Seth is going to end up cashing in on Cody Rhodes once he does defeat John Cena and win back the championship. I do think that is what's going to happen. I think they're going to tease a cash in on Jay. Now, I could be wrong, but I think they're going to tease a cash in. I think then we're going to get Roman, Sammy, Punk, whoever, returning to stop Seth from cashing in. And then that will set up something for Night of Champions and SummerSlam going forward. But again, if the whole idea was that Seth Rollins could not win that briefcase, why wouldn't you interfere so that someone else could win, right? And when you think about that, as in when you see someone as over as LA Knight, someone who Triple H said a couple years ago, good things come to those who wait, right? Well, I mean, it's been what? Just see, summer. It's been what, 2 years now? We've been cheering for him. We've been buying his merch. We've been waiting for him to be pushed into the main event scene. And I thought, from a perspective of what we're seeing on TV, that Seth would have lost the match due to Sammy, Roman, or Punk costing him, leaving the door open for LA Knight to win, right? And that LA Knight winning the briefcase fit the mold of what we have seen the World Heavyweight Championship be. The World Heavyweight Championship, after Seth Rollins lost the title to Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest cashed in, that championship has become the championship for new main eventers, new superstars to go into the main event scene. So Damian Priest, Gunther, we're seeing it now with Jey Uso. And I thought for sure, and I think everybody would agree, that LA Knight fit that mold this year. That LA Knight ended up cashing in on uh, whoever the World Heavyweight Champion is. Like whoever beats Jey Uso, LA Knight cashes in to a big pop. But it's one of those things where it's like at this point, and you factor in like, is it ever going to happen? It's been 2 years at this point, 3 years, whatever. Is it ever going to happen for LA Knight? Like, what is, like, does Triple H just not have any interest in pushing him, What is LA Knight missing? Like, what does he need? Like, I don't know. Does LA Knight need a faction to help him win the briefcase? Is that what he's missing? Like, it's baffling that like someone like Seth Rollins who doesn't need the briefcase can get a match anytime he wants. Like Seth winning the briefcase was what would have been the equivalent of if they would have gave Rhea Ripley the women's Money in the Bank briefcase as well instead of Naomi, because it was like, okay, well, Rhea can get a title shot anytime she wants. Same with Seth Rollins. I mean, we literally saw it on TV. Paul Heyman went out there and goaded Jey Uso into giving Seth Rollins a match literally the same night. And again, I'm not saying Seth needs to win King of the Ring or anything, but I mean, we know the King of the Ring tournament is coming up. The matches are starting on Raw. Like, Seth Rollins you could have gave King of the Ring to Seth Rollins and freed up the briefcase for someone else. Like whether it's LA Knight or even Penta. Like give it to some fan favorite where, the fans are happy. And for a guy like LA Knight, who's 42, we've seen the recent releases, and a lot of reports were saying that it was age related. Because, WWE might be looking to get younger, they're getting rid of some of their older talent. And again, LA Knight being 42 at this point, if they're not going to give him the briefcase, not set him up for a world title run, you gotta think with his age, is he going to be the next R-Truth, the next Ron Killings, where we're going to see that he was released and that we're going to have to make our voices heard to bring LA Knight back. Like, it's crazy to think that LA Knight could be released, but at this point, you have to think, like, if Triple H doesn't have any plans to make him a world champion, then you would have to think he's definitely on the cutting block. Next time TKO goes to Triple H and say, hey, we need to save some money here. Even though we got all these sponsors paying us for, to be on ladders and tables and whatnot. But, we need to make some cuts. And then TKO is going to look at his contract and go, yeah, we probably should not be paying him that much. And you have to think that's a real possibility at this point. Because if Triple H is going to just look at it and go, all right, well, I have no intention of making him a world champion, so yeah, I'll make him a cost-cutting release or whatever. It's just so frustrating because you can't even compare it to Jey Uso or even a Joe Hendry in TNA, where many fans felt like TNA waited way too long to give Joe Hendry the TNA World Championship. Like, they didn't capitalize at the right time. And many fans felt the same way about Jey Uso, where it felt like they waited too long to give Jey the world title. They didn't capitalize on him at the right moment. I mean, Jey finally did get the title this year, but for many fans, it was this sinking feeling of they're never going to go all in with Jey Uso. They're never going to give him the world title, right? And then they finally did. He won the Royal Rumble. He eliminated John Cena to win the Royal Rumble, and he made Gunther tap at the Rumble or at WrestleMania to win. And it finally happened for Jey Uso. But the question is, will LA Knight reach that point that Jey Uso reached, where after after a couple years of will it happen and fans starting to lose hope, will it finally happen for LA Knight? That's the question. And could it be similar to where, just like Jey Uso, where LA Knight wins the Royal Rumble next year and they finally decide to go all in with LA Knight next year and put the title on him at WrestleMania, which is back in Vegas again. And it's just getting to the point of how much longer do we have to wait for fans? Or as fans, how much longer do we have to go, all right, no matter how much we chant, yeah, or buy his merchandise, it's just never going to happen. Let's move on to someone else. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think? Was Money in the Bank the last chance for LA Knight to ever become a world champion in the WWE? Or maybe LA Knight will follow a similar path to Jey Uso, and just maybe this time next year, we're talking about LA Knight winning the Royal Rumble and being the World Heavyweight Champion. I've been your host, Money Mike, and you've been watching Ringside Cinema.